Stephen Donald has one of the most difficult jobs in rugby. Since making his All Black debut last year as a replacement for Dan Carter, not only has he had to make a convincing case to wear the number 10 shirt as of right, but he has had to endure the constant comparisons with the player generally considered to be the world's best. Last week against Australia, he seemed, at last, to have won the acceptance of the New Zealand public, an assured display helping him forge his own reputation as an All Black.
I mean, I'm clearly not Dan Carter, and so I'm not trying to be, so yeah, I'm just trying to be myself. I know Dan pretty well, but I don't know, we haven't really sat down and compared notes, to be fair. You know, obviously he's helped us out a bit last week, but no, I mean, everyone sort of approaches it a bit differently.
Graham Henry's team arrived in South Africa last week for the first of 2 consecutive tests against the world champions, and the All Blacks would need the 25-year-old to be at his best in Bloemfontein.
I think Daniel's probably played 50-odd test matches and Steve's probably played 12 or 15. So it just takes time for guys to get settled. And he's starting to settle, I think. He played very well against Australia last weekend. And we hope he takes another step on the weekend and gets more accustomed to playing international rugby.
That said, there's no chance of him resting on his laurels. Luke McAllister has returned to the All Black fold and would dearly like to reclaim a starting position. Even more ominously, Carter is back in action, playing for his club side in Christchurch at the weekend, after recovering from a serious knee injury he sustained during his time playing in France for Perpignan.
To be honest, it's a game in a position that you just sort of live every week by. So, you know, I don't know if there's any point thinking about establishment when you just want to go out and play well every week. So, you know, what comes of that really.
And Donald and the rest of the All Blacks were under no illusions as to what kind of challenge they would be facing against the Springboks. The pool session to recover from the long trip over was gentle. The match most certainly wouldn't be.
They're a great team, and they're the current world champs, and yeah, they play well against the Lions. So they've had a pretty thorough build-up to this one. They're obviously went over his strengths, and they sort of ran them home. And the Wallabies may be a little bit more subtle in what they do, but yeah, Springboks are pretty confrontational.
Donald made a confident start, kicking an early penalty which proved to be the All Blacks' only points of the half. His opposite number, Ruan Pina, missed several opportunities at goal, but soon made amends as the Springboks took control.
Spieth with a one-handed pick-up, half tackled there by Donald. Can the All Blacks keep them out? South Africa have to channel it back. Du Preez tells Smith to keep his hands off it. Du Preez for Pina. Now De Villiers. De Villiers well brought down, but here's Pina round the back for the try. And that's exactly what South Africa have been looking for. The All Blacks haven't put anything on the board for 44 minutes. Suialu for Leonard. This looks promising. Donald out of the tackle for Smith. Conrad Smith thinks about passing. Goes for the line. Excellent try by Conrad Smith. The All Blacks right back in it now. Wipu is on at scrum half. Eaton takes his eyes off it. That's Spieth hacking through. Now the chase is on. The bounce just eludes him. Wipu with the tidying up. That's going nowhere. McCaw can't hold it. Here's Smith, and now Fourie. Fourie for his 26th international try. And Graham Henry rarely sees errors like that from New Zealand. This to throw the All Blacks a lifeline. Stephen Donald, and he's got it. Stephen Donald has nailed it. 3 minutes to go, 6 points the difference. Great effort by the Springboks pack. Du Plessis has it.
18 in the side.
Eaton warned. Penalty. Peter de Villiers, a relieved man. They really should have wrapped it up earlier than this. Now Morgenstein from 50 metres. Rarely misses from that distance, as the Lions well know, and he's got it.
Staines' kick secured a 28-19 win, which enabled the Springboks to reclaim top spot in the world rankings from the All Blacks.
We are happy with the results, and certainly it was a good way to start our campaign, and I think they did well, coming out at us in the second half again, which we expected, and they put the points on us straight away after half-time, but very happy with the way we put pressure, and hopefully next week we can just convert a little bit more of that into points.